Okay, YouTube, trying to keep it honest here. This is where I'm at. So I told you that I think I could get the job done in an hour to 2 hours, close, a little less than 2 hours. I'm 1 hour in, and I may have to reset that time. Again, a professional really could get this done within 1 hour. Honestly, it's not. It doesn't seem that difficult, but I'm still early days. Alright, so let me tell you the mistakes I've made so far. So I started to try and figure how to pull these things off. Then I realized that this thing says airbag. I never ever play around with anything that says airbag, so I left that alone. Up here, I started to try and pull off the sides of. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to do with this. Holding one hand, and here, you know, you pull off this little thing here. It's not particularly difficult. I've done it a lot on my Acura, but it wasn't working out. Didn't want to destroy it, and it turns out it wasn't necessary. So then I started probing on this side, and let me show you how to get this off. Because this is where you're actually going to need. Let me see if I can get the best lighting for you here. This might be the better lighting here. Using this cheap LED light thingy, that's not so ideal. Alright, so the foot panel. The very first thing you're going to see is this kick panel here on the floor. Not remembering how it turned. I'll figure this out soon. Kick panel, here we go. This is how it turned. There we go. So it was like this. And that kick panel on the floor here is just clips. This piece is underneath this piece. So you start by prying up this running board a little bit, and then you pry this out. Now the reason why this had to come out, so I was accurate with that, is that there's a hidden screw for this piece here. This piece that has your controls for your side mirrors. There's a hidden screw here. Gosh, the lighting is so bad. I'm fighting with lighting, man. I'm fighting with lighting. I'm absolutely fighting with lighting. I don't even know what's causing those immense shadows. There's a hidden screw here. Can you see this? I hope you can. Get closer. Right here. This screw. This is a hidden screw that was right here, which if you didn't remove this kick panel, you would not get this out. So kick panel first, all clips. Remember to start with the running board piece here. Gosh, this video is not going to be as good as I'd like, but whatever. Lift this running board piece, it's all clips, you pry it out gently. Then you get this kick panel out, get that out of the way. Then you get this screw out. And then this entire piece here is clips. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, now you have that out the way. Here are the pieces you're going to need for this install. Ouch. So, the wire install centers around this main body here that it looks like. It looks like I need to connect to some stuff here. That's what I found. And I believe some stuff here. So there's two sections. This section and this section. I'll soon give you a better look at it. And the last thing you need is the OB2 connector. The wires that goes into the OB2 connectors. Ouch. Which is underneath here. Now to get out the OB2 connector, which is this thing here, it's seated in here before. Just get a little flathead screwdriver and pry this side out. See? And then push it back. It drops down. Then you have access to these wires. Alright, it's not ideal, but you get it soon. Alright, so that's where we're at. So now, I'm going to have to pause the video here. But I first want to show you what's next. Ouch! So now you saw those two main pieces that I identified. Now we go to our screen. I'm not sure if you can see this. Ouch. Can you focus, please? That would be awesome if you can focus. Alright, so that piece I showed you is this section here. If you notice, first I give you an overview as to where you're looking. You're looking somewhere here on this side of the steering wheel, somewhere down here, and then they give you this call out for this section here. So they say when you pull off this, you're going to see this section. Gosh, I wish this would just focus. There you go. And this section is where those wires are. And then they're calling out these wires here. A minus TX, RX, which is red, which is yellow, sorry. This TX look like is the blue one. And then they have the auto. Gosh, where did that go? Yep. Then they have the auto lights off. Gosh, this video is so hard. And the parking lights. See that? So they're highlighting those to you. They're giving you some tips of how to cut wires, blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to tell you where to make those connections now. So you notice here where they're linking auto lights negative. And it's a yellow and a green and a yellow and a red. Those are what's coming out of the module connector. And they're telling you what to connect them to. So this one was the OB2 connector front view. And this is the this is the back view of the main body ECU. Right? So they're telling you where the wires are. So you can see the wire that they labeled RX. That goes to something there. Oh man, this is bad. Auto lights negative, that cuts. See that? Cut. Dash negative TX. They put that to something. And these are on the main body here, which is the piece that we showed you up here. So I'm about to make those connections here, but I'm just trying to give you the overview. So it looks like these are the wires that I'm going to be playing around with. See, they have the TX, the RX, the auto lights off, and the parking lights, which I think I showed you that I found here. Ouch. I wish I could give you an angle that looks exactly as the picture does. This is the closest angle I think that looks at the picture, where you could see this main thing that does nothing, some connectors on the left, a few connectors on the right, and then the stream of wire up here. Try and remember that, and then look back here. Ouch! Again, because when I'm cutting, I won't be able to give you all of this. If I had someone to video for me, it would be good. See? So this is the main. Let me start over here. Gosh, and this thing is just not helping me out. Yeah, this was the main thing down the bottom that I showed you. Some wires on the left, some wires on the right, a little piece in the middle here that's not really used. You come over here where they give you a call out or a close-up view. The main thing is down here. Sorry, down here. Wires on the left. These wires on the right. This is what they're calling out again, and they bring it over here. And then they're telling you now RX, TX, auto lights, and parking lights. It's not the best because it kind of not that clear. It looks at the label in the blue wire. It's a bit negative, the negative TX. And the negative RX, look at the yellow wire. I can't tell what auto lights are is linked at. It looks at the white. And the parking light looks at the green. Not entirely sure yet. But you will learn from my mistakes because I will tap into these things. Alright, so here they're trying to give you a view. Negative TX, if it's a, hold on, Prius star, negative TX should be, let me see, should be green. As a matter of fact, let me just try and help you out here, help myself out. So Prius, I'm looking for a violet, which is RX. Autolights negative is white. Negative TX is green. Parking lots is white is yellow. These others are on the OBD2 connector, so you're not troubling those. So I'm looking for a violet, a white, a green, and a yellow. Sounds clear? And this is the Prius. See? I'm following the line for the Prius. So it looks like this thing could be used for the CT200H hybrid. I believe that's a Lexus. The HS250H hybrid, I'm not sure what that is. But it looks like this wiring diagram could be used for that too. So anyways, violet, white, green, yellow. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry for making this video very long. Let's come back on here. I'm looking for violet, white, green, yellow. So you can see a violet wire here. I can definitely see a white wire around here. I can certainly see a yellow wire here. And I see several green wires. Now, just to make sure I know which is which, they also give you the count up of it. Okay, so see, they give you the count in here. Or just which. So based on the count in here, they're telling you where it's supposed to go. So you see, pin number 4 and where it's supposed to be. They give you this as a marker here. I guess this is where it connects. So technically it should turn to the side. And then that's how you use it. So I'm not going to be able to video all of this when I'm actually doing the splicing. But you already know which wires I'm looking for. I'm looking for a violet, a white, a green, a yellow. And then they tell you exactly what you're going to connect them to. See? It's really not rocket science. I'm going to try it. I'm going to follow it exactly as it is. And then I'm going to come back before I tape it up. So like I'm going to do my best. If I can separate it without them touching, without taping, I will. But if not, I just tape it and show you where my connections are. And then show you when I'm testing it. Alright, YouTube. Again, I'm not a professional here, so apologies if it's not what you expected. Because this is not the programming procedure. So now I'm going to do that. Again, how am I going to find the wires? I'm using their colors here. Violet, white, green, yellow, because I'm using a Prius. And I'm mapping it to their little diagram here with the count of the numbers. So it looks like everything that I want is on this little side here. And you know it turns sideways this way if you look at it. Going back here again there. If you look at it here, everything is kind of sideways-ish because this is how it connects. It's connected to the corner here. And they have it flipped this way. So this would be the left hand side and this would be the right hand side down the bottom. Forgive that. Why can't you get a yeah, there we go. Right, so in the diagram, you can see the connecting piece where the plug clip is. It's here. But in the diagram, they showed us a connecting piece on the bottom. So that means if this is on the bottom, you rotate it sideways, this left piece, this top piece will be the left in the diagram, and this bottom piece will be the right in the diagram. So coming back here, really trying my best to explain as much as what I'm trying to do. This turned that way. If you rotate it how it's in the car, the top piece will be here and the bottom piece will be here. So all the wires I'm looking for should be somewhere in the bottom piece based on how it's positioned in the car. All right, I hope that's clear. And then now for the OB2 connector, I'm going to take a similar approach. OB2 connector is like a one-way in connector. If you notice, the top part is wider than the bottom part. I've plugged a lot of scan tools in it, and I know it only goes one way. So here, it's pretty clear. You only need 3 wires. So you hold it in the way it's positioned just like this, with the wider parts at the top, the other piece at the bottom, and then you can count the wires across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at the top, and the other 8 at the bottom. You're looking for wire 6 and at the top, and then wire 14 and 16 at the bottom. And these wires, based on the Prius here, it should be a white wire. It doesn't tell you what color the RS2 12 volt is, but it's a positive 12 volt. And this can low number 14 is a yellow wire. Now for 12 volt, I can easily test a 12 volt wire with a tester light. I can verify that, or a multimeter. But the others, I wouldn't be sure how to test those, because I don't plan to start the car really. Yeah, all right, so that's that. Once I make those connections, I'm going to come back with another video and do the programming procedure. I don't know if you want to see the programming, but I'm going to try and do it so you can see it. So this is part 2, I guess. It's 20 minutes, probably too long. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry here. This is the programming. Remote starter functionality. Alright. And just before I close this video, maybe you want to see the entire manual. You want to see the entire manual. Does this help? That's it. You want to see the entire manual. So this is page 1. That's page 2. Get some of that light out. That's page 2. I don't know if you can see that. Can I get a little bit wider? Trying to help you out. Pretty sure they don't like me giving you this information. But who cares? It's bought and paid for. Wiring 3. See? Tell you how to wire. This is the information about optional valet switch and hood pin. I'm going to try and put this remote start safety override valet switch. I'm actually going to put that in the kick panel that I took off. I'm going to drill through that and just put that there. The hood pin I told I'm not doing now because I don't know how to get through the firewall just yet. These are the wiring section that I showed you. It's this thing. Okay. So both the hood pin and the relay switch will connect to the same wire, by the way. Just letting you know that. Here, you can pause the video here if you happen to have the same car. So I'm doing my best to make sure you can see these things clearly. But forgive me. Doing my best. This is probably the most important page. Let me try and make sure you can see everything. So they give it for the other cars too. So if you have a Prius V, the wiring might be a little bit different. Alright. I already showed you where to find these two things. Do my best to help you out. I'm assuming this will work. And then the programming procedure, since I'm going to show it to you in this is the write-up for it. I'm going to try and do that programming as well. And then the remote starter. Test the system. I'm telling you how to test it. Yep. Alright, that wraps it up. Now, I'm gonna go cut and splice some wires. Remember, I'm only cutting one wire and I'm splicing everything else. So, just to be clear, there are 3 wires over here that connect to the OBD, and there are 4 wires over here that connect to the other thing I showed you. So technically I only need to make 7 wire connections, 4 and 3. And after 7, I'm only cutting 1. See here? Just 1 here, which deals with some auto lights. That's all. Everything else is spliced into. Alright, YouTube? Alright, I'm gone. See you with the next video.